Alright guys, so welcome to episode 3 on the Bitcoin series. So in this episode we're going to talk about cloud mining and how to set it up, and I'll show you the setup and what the strategy I'm using, and also we're going to talk about sources of information. Using those you will get your idea in what coins to invest and how to calculate properly if it's profitable for you or not. Okay, so let's dive into it right away, and I also going to link down below in the description information about video number 1, which is hardware setup which I'm using right now at home for Bitfury, Geckos, and also Antminer. Video number 2, which is explaining how to configure it properly using Shizu Miner and how to set it up on the slash pool. And this is video number 3 of the series, which is talking about cloud mining. So let's dive into it and happy mining. I'm using mine in the cloud, and as for mine in the cloud, I'm using the site which is Hashflare, and I will link the information how to get into this site on the description down below. But as you can see, I'm having here much more terahash power, and I'm using reinvest strategy. So whatever Bitcoin I'll collect during the 24-hour, it will get reinvested right away to get more terahash power added to my account. Currently, the revenue forecast is looking pretty good, but I'm basically probably going to try to get into reinvest mode until this number will become 50 terahash, and then I will go and change the strategy and probably deduct some money back to my wallet. This all power is located somewhere, not on your house. It's far away. It doesn't create noise, doesn't eat a lot of money for the power supply, for the power bills. And you just have to buy your hashing power. The hashing power on Hashflare is 1-year contracts. After 1 year, you should be able to get enough coins in BTC to get your contract reinstated and get your farm working after 1 year. Otherwise, the contract will expire and all your terahash power will gradually be reduced by the time when the time is going to be for 365 days, right? But based on the forecast, you should be able to actually get enough BTC collected within a year, so you can actually buy even more power with what you have right now, and exponentially you will add more and more and more, and your profit will increase as well. So this is how I actually work on a Hashflare. There is another site which is called Genesis Mining. Their contracts used to be lifetime, but then they changed it to 2 years, but now they're completely sold out. There are some other mine farms, but in the clouds, but really have to do some homework and see, because there is a lot of fraud farms as well. They will just collect your money and you might see some profit initially, but then they will just disappear. The benefit of this, like I said, is fully offloading all the pain with the power, cooling, heating, all the other stuff, right? All this noise which the farm produce, especially if you have multiple of those Antminer setup, that will be very noisy. All of those is not your concern right now when you're using actual cloud-based mining. But again, you have to be very careful what you invest into. I'm currently recommending Hashflare, and then Genesis Mining will have some contracts open. It's first come, first serve kind of base. So if you're lucky and you can get those, then definitely go ahead and invest some. You don't have to start very big. You can start with like $100 and just set it up to reinvest, and it will just leave it for 6 months. And then by the end of 6 months, you will see how much hashing power that reinvest strategy actually gave you. And you can see some rewards and get some Bitcoins actually transferred to your wallet. Okay, so this is the Coinmarketcap site, and that will show you all the current currencies which you have right now on the market and how they do. Most of them you will see some going up, some of them are going down. But this is the top 10. That's what you probably have to look at. Maximum is top 15, and then maybe some other coins which are very low right now on the volume, but because they have very good perspective, they will come up to the top 10 and maybe to the top 5 after. So as you can see, you can have a lot of information, and as soon as you click on any of those, it will tell you what it is for and how the coin was performing and what is the social media telling about it. And you can actually have links to the site for developments. and you can see in details what this coin is about, and you will decide for yourself if you feel that you should be investing in it or not. You can also look on lots of videos, but I would recommend on the internet, on the YouTube, which will tell you more about any specific coin and what people think about it. And maybe after that you will get your own opinion set up, and then you will be ready to invest. So if you look on calculating the profitability of your Bitcoin setup, then you can get very easily on this particular site, which is coinwars.com. And there's a Bitcoin calculator, mining calculator, with basically picking up all the current difficulty and current price for USD for you, for the Bitcoin to dollar US, and Bitcoin difficulty, and blockchain block reward, which is 12.5 all the time, most of the time. And this is the simple calculations which I did for you. 250 gigahash purchase, which is $37-40 roughly right now on the Hashflare. You can calculate that, and it will tell you that you will break even. Basically, you get your money back and start making some money after 2 months. 66 days is normal, and this is what you have. The year-end profit will be $200, and if you got into reinvest strategy, that this will dramatically increase within even 6 months, and you're probably gonna get much more here at the end. Also depends on how the Bitcoin will do during that time. We hope it's gonna be going up, but we'll see. Only time will tell. So Bitcoin difficulty, as you can see, it's coming up all the way. We expect the Bitcoin difficulty to drop down mid-January, and that's gonna be much easier than to get more coins for you. So if you're into it, then I suggest you actually get it before. But eventually after that, it will again come up because there is more hashing power available on internet, and they have to maintain the 10 minutes interval for any new block to be found. Pool fee. This is something that Hashflare and any other cloud mining pools will take from you, and that's going to increase infrastructure, get new hardware in place, and so on. But you will see power is 0 and power watt is 0 as well. So if you got, for example, into Antminer business, so 4600, right, the power consumption of this based on a passport, based on a documents, 1200. The average cost in place where I live is 11 cents. And the actual fee, because you're not you using the mines and you basically going with your own hardware, it's gonna be for you around 3%, and that's gonna be cost based on internet right now. You will roughly pay $2,000 to get that S7. If you go into S9, the price is gonna be even higher unless you get it in the big batch and then you buy like bulk of 10 or 20 or more. Then your price is gonna be very attractive. Right now, if you calculate that, it's gonna tell you that it's still profitable without after all the power deduction, after all the pool deduction, everything. At the end, you're still gonna be in plus. Your break-even days are gonna be somewhere like over the half a year. Then you get your money back and then start making money on top of what you spent for the miner. But eventually, it will be here. So that's where you're gonna get your profit after all the deductions. Right, so that's why you probably have to get and look on at S9, which is roughly 14,000, I think. But the terahash power is like this, 10.5 terahash, and then calculation the cost. If you get it in a batch, is gonna be around like $4,000. Calculate that, and you're gonna be way up at the end of the year. So like I said, the terahash power is making a lot of difference, and day to break even is 3 months. Really up to you what you want to do. I'm actually planning to upgrade my S7 to be S9 one day. Alright, so that's it for this particular sites. I will link all these descriptions down below, and you can go and check for yourself and make up your mind. Alright guys. Alright guys, that's it. That's a quick tour about my Bitcoin farm, which I'm doing at home, and if you want to, you can do it too. It's never too late to get into this race for getting Bitcoins or any other coins, like Ethereum is very good, or some other. I'm also gonna leave a link in the comments down below, which is pointing out to Coinmarketcap website. where you can actually see how the coins are doing. There are tons of them right now, like over 1,000 different coins, all of them trying to be Bitcoin one day, but who knows? You have to get your strategy in order and do your homework and see what kind of coins you think that's gonna get perspective and get more ICOs done and more work done, and eventually will become next Bitcoin, or maybe be as valuable as Bitcoin. Because currently Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, those are the base coins which basically laying out the ground for anything else. Ripple was showing up recently pretty high as well, but it's still very low on the price, so it's never too late to get into that game as well. By volume, they're number 2. So it's nobody even knows much about Ripple before the actual jump starting like beginning of this year and end of the last year. So you can also mine some cryptocurrency like Electronium on your phones. If you have some iPhone or some other devices which are sitting around doing nothing, then you can get into Electronium coin, and there's an app and there's a whole bunch of videos on the YouTube how to do it. But I was trying that, it's working, but the benefit if you have just 1-2 devices, it's not that big, so I'm not sure if it's worth the trouble to basically killing your phone, even then you're charging it overnight, so it will get some Electronium coins for you. So it's really up to you. You want it, yeah, there's an option to do it on your phone, on your iPad, and some other devices. Even on iPod Touch you can do it as well, even on Apple TV. So opportunities are there, so if you like it, you can do it. But my recommendation is, if you're gonna get into this seriously, consider doing that in the cloud if you don't want to get any mines running at home. But if you do, and you're interested to see how the hardware works and get some coins and some money build up using your own mines, then one of the opportunities is here, and you can buy Antminer and all the other things. You can get links to all this hardware which I mentioned in the description down below, and if you want them, you can buy them and set it up. It's not a big deal, it's not very complicated as it might seem, but after that you will have your farm up and running in no time. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you like it, give us a thumbs up, click that like button, click subscribe if you're not still a member of the family. Happy New Year again, and to everybody, and we'll see you next time on the next epic video. Peace!